What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jason back with another video from Scent, Shoots, and Shoes. So today we're going to be looking at our weekly rotation. So basically these are items that I plan on either wearing or I have worn over the past week depending on when I shoot this video. If it's early in the week, I plan on wearing them. If it's later in the week, I've already worn them. So you get the idea. So we're going to cover, I'm not going to try to give you too much because I don't want this video to go too long, but I'll probably just stick with my normal 3 per category. So 3 fragrances that I plan on wearing or have worn, 3 games, and 3 sneakers. So you guys already know we're going to cover our scents, we're going to cover our games, we're going to cover our sneakers. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Stick around. We're going to get into this weekly rotation. It's Jason at Scent, Shoots, and Shoes. Welcome back, guys. Let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's go ahead and start off with our fragrances. So our first fragrance that we're going to talk about today is Club de Nuit Intense. So if you know about Club de Nuit, you know that this is from the house of Armaf. Armaf is a clone brand. And what is this cloning? Well, if you guess Aventus, which is the #1 clone fragrance on the market, then you have guessed right. Creed's Aventus. Look, if you're in the frag community, actually you don't even have to be in the frag community at this point. So many people know about Aventus. It's super popular, the most popular niche fragrance out there. And of course, with popularity comes, cloning, people wanting to be like that, people wanting to get a little bit of that Aventus money without actually charging Aventus prices. So there's, again, so many clones of Aventus on the market, but this one is definitely the best selling. So this is the Eau de Parfum concentration. I got this a while ago when I first started collecting, maybe like a couple of years ago. This one, when I first got it, prices were a lot lower than what they are now. This is a 6.8. This is a 200 ml. I got this for about 30 bucks at the time that I bought it. I think now it's probably like 45, maybe 50 bucks you'll get this one for. And from what I know, the Eau de Parfum concentration is only in this 200 ml. Now they do have a Parfum limited edition. I think they just have a regular Parfum now too. I'm not sure if those are the same thing, but this is the one I chose to go with. Look, the reason why this is the best selling is because it is super, super, super close to Aventus. I don't own Aventus. I have smelled it. I own a sample. I'll say that. I don't own a full bottle, but I do own a sample. But I have smelled it before. I smelled it a few times. So what's the issue with Club de Nuit Intense, man? Well, it's the opening. I don't mind the opening, but a lot of people, that's the dividing line. They're like, if that opening, that pineapple, that strong pineapple that you get from Aventus, if it's not there, they don't want it. And this one is very synthetic, yes. Very synthetic opening. Some people say it smells like a household cleaner. A lot of citrus, a lot of lemony citrus, strong, synthetic. A lot of people don't like it. I'm okay with it. But where this one gets compared to Aventus, that makes it so close, that makes it so top selling, is that dry down. I guarantee you, you cannot smell the difference. I will put whatever I have on it that you cannot smell the difference between the dry down with this and Aventus. This costs about 10% of Aventus, lasts longer. Performance on this is through the roof. The projection, awesome. Great scent if you don't own it. Or, I mean, if you're okay with buying clones, some people just are like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy clones. That's fine, I'm not here to say whether you should or should not. But if you want something that smells like Aventus, get Club de Nuit Intense. If you're part of the frag community, I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. This is for the people who may not be that into fragrances. You're getting into it, you want something that smells great. You want to smell like $1 million without paying $1 million. Like I said, maybe, I don't know if you can still get this for $30. You can get the smaller bottles for $30. It's still 100 ml, plenty. Pretty sure you can get those for $30. And like I said, a tenth of the cost of the Ventus. A Ventus, from what I hear, it's not worth it anymore. It's mainly a status symbol. The performance just isn't there anymore. I don't know. I have never bought a full bottle of Ventus. Like I said, I've only bought samples, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get a bottle here soon. Let you guys know. So anyway, great scent, Club de Nuit Intense Man. Next fragrance on our list is Encre Noir. Oops, let me get the front of that. Encre Noir Sport. So Encre Noir, if you know about Encre Noir, it's made by Lalique. Lalique fragrances go for crazy low amounts at discounters. Do not buy a Lalique fragrance retail. That includes any of the Encre Noir, the original or the flankers. Lalique White, Lalique White and Black. What else do we have? Lalique Pour Homme, L'Insoumis. Those are all Lalique fragrances. But yeah, super cheap. This was sub $30. Amazing fragrance. If you like vetiver, you'll love this one. Encre Noir, Encre Noir Sport, and Encre Noir à l'Extrême. Those are all the three Encre Noir variants that we have out there. This one is certainly the most wearable. This one has a much more inviting opening, I'll say. The original Encre Noir, it's very heavy vetiver. It's the name Encre Noir means black ink, so it's a very inky fragrance. Quality is through the roof. Quality on Encre Noir is awesome, especially for the price. But it may not be for everyone. I'll tell you that right now. This one, you can wear this one anywhere, anytime. Great versatility on this one. Projection, amazing. You'll get some compliments with this too. This stuff smells really good. The à l'extrême version, really dark, really earthy, super heavy vetiver on that one. I like them. I like all three of them. I don't own the original Encre Noir. I just haven't bought it for whatever reason, but I will get it soon because it's an awesome fragrance. But this one, if you're looking for just someone that's just really wearable, not gonna break the bank, Encre Noir Sport, definitely get it. It's an amazing fragrance. And last but not least, we have Gucci Guilty. Now this is the Eau de Parfum concentration. I didn't know it was just the same on both sides. I was trying to figure out which side was the right one. Anyway, Gucci Guilty Pour Homme Eau de Parfum concentration. This is a big bottle. This is like a 5-ouncer. So if you look up some of the notes on Gucci Guilty Eau de Parfum, you'll be like, ooh, I don't know about that one. Because there's some pepper, red hot chili peppers, not the Anthony Kiedis version, but some chili peppers in the top. There's some balsamic vinegar and some rose, and that's just in the top. I believe there's some lavender, some orange blossom in the mid, and then some cedar and patchouli in the base. But yeah, balsamic vinegar, you're probably like, who wants to smell like dinner? You know what I'm saying? But this stuff works. Sweet, very sweet. Super wearable. I love the Eau de Parfum concentration. The EDT is okay as well. Just things a little bit too youthful for me. I think this was just a little bit more mature, a little bit more well-rounded. It wears a little heavy for it to be a rose. Well, to be honest, a lot of rose fragrances wear heavy, but this one definitely does wear heavy. Great scent though. Sweetness there. Projection there, performance there. This one will definitely get you compliments. A lot of people don't like Gucci Guilty for whatever reason. I don't know, because I think maybe they feel like Gucci is putting too much emphasis on the Gucci Guilty line and not into the Gucci Pour Homme line, because they're still Gucci Pour Homme, but they took away certain ones that a lot of people really liked, and then Gucci Guilty kind of came in, and they are really focusing on Gucci Guilty, the Gucci Guilty line, with so many variants and flankers that they have of Gucci Guilty. So a lot of people, they're kind of like, I wish they would focus on something else, which I understand, but I mean, you can't deny that this is an awesome fragrance. Gucci Guilty is one that I think that every guy should have. If I were you, if you're gonna get one, I would get either the Eau de Parfum, which is this one, or Gucci Guilty Absolute, also an amazing fragrance. Check it out if you haven't. I think it's really nice, really wearable. You will pull compliments. That's nothing that I'm. if you're one searching for compliments, if you want those, this is a good compliment pull. Gucci Guilty, definitely get it if you don't have it. So, gaming portion of our weekly rotation video, let's go ahead and start off with Elden Ring. So, I don't have a case for it. Normally I'll show you the case and all that good stuff because I bought it digitally. I wanted to make sure that I had it as soon as it dropped. Yes, you guys, if you've watched my channel before, you should already know that I'm a huge From Software fan. Dark Souls games, Souls-like, the whole 9 yards. If it's like Dark Souls or From Software, I'm going to play it. So, it's actually kind of the theme for this gaming portion of today's video, but we'll go over the other ones. But anyway, yeah, I'm still playing Elden Ring, guys. What can I say? I love it. It's an amazing game in my eyes. Came out back in January. I've been playing it pretty steadily. I have over 400 hours in Elden Ring. And yeah, man, it's just, to me, just an amazing game. Now, granted, I will say with the amount of time that I've put in it, its replayability is kind of waning for me. I'm not definitely putting in the hours that I was putting in when I first started playing it, but I'm actually still finding things. I've used, some guides online, tried different builds, things like that, but there's still new weapons that I'm finding, new items, new Ashes of War. There's just so much stuff in that game that I didn't even know was even there, even after looking up certain guides. So yeah, what can I say? It's an amazing game. Elden Ring is it's the game of the year to me so far. I know, well, when a lot of people have already been putting up God of War Ragnarok, which isn't even out yet, so how do we even know? But a lot of people are looking for that for maybe game of the year. I don't even think Horizon Forbidden West is really even being talked about. It may be in a few circles, I'm not sure, but so many people are just putting game of the year for Elden Ring pretty much as soon as it came out, and honestly, I can't argue. But that's what I'm still playing, is Elden Ring, so for the first game of my weekly rotation. So as I stated when I was talking about Elden Ring, kind of the theme for my weekly rotation is From Software games. Yeah, I'll be honest, when I started playing Elden Ring, it reignited my passion for From Software games, so I decided once I kind of started moving a little bit away from Elden Ring, not playing it as much, I did go back to some of the older From Software games, and recently I've been playing Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. So, if you've seen one of my last videos when I just got this, it was an unboxing video, I believe. And I was talking about Sekiro. Basically, I didn't have a whole lot of information to tell you or to talk about this game because I purposefully had not seen a whole lot of videos. I had not really looked at any of the information about the game. I was trying to shun anything Sekiro related from my view because I didn't want any spoilers. You guys know how that is, right? But now that I've played it and had a whole deep dive into it, woo-wee, let me tell you, this game is amazing. The combat in this game is phenomenal. So when I started playing Sekiro, it's hard. Let's get that out of the way. It's hard. It's a From Software game. The difficulty is spiked up there. The combat, it is Souls-ish. Definitely not Souls-like. It is Souls-ish in the way that the way healing works, and the way that items work, your inventory. There's actually a pause menu, if you can believe it. I'm thinking because the action is just so fast-paced, they're like, yeah, we gotta be able to give these people a break if they need it. Action is super fast-paced. It is mainly built around breaking posture, which is actually something that Elden Ring has taken into consideration with their new combat mechanics. So the main thing that you look at with this game as the antagonist of Sekiro, who is this guy, his name is Sekiro, he tries to break you during your combat. You try to break the enemy's posture. That's like the main thing. Now, of course, you can just take all their vitality away, their health bar, but that's not the way to go. You got to get these shinobi death blows on the enemy. And in order to do that, the main thing you have to do is break their posture. Basically, was just a fancy way of saying break their guard, whittle them down, keep going at them, deflecting, parrying, all these things to help break the enemy's posture, right? And just the way that it goes about doing that, because some enemies, yeah, maybe a couple of, like regular enemies, if you get enough attack power, a couple of hits, you're going to break their posture. Bosses are going to take a couple of death blows, like 2 or 3. And there's just so much, like if you're not constantly focusing on your attack patterns or the enemy's attack patterns, if you're not being aggressive, their posture meter is going to go back down. So just like some enemies, you just have to constantly keep pushing, dodging, moving out of the way, using your prosthetic tools. So then one of the main items, also combat mechanics and just movement mechanics, all kind of things, is this prosthetic arm he has, which he uses for anything like grappling. You can have an axe in there that's used to like break guard for enemies with shields. Firecrackers, even you could throw out firecrackers and it kind of makes stuns the enemy, gives you some free shots in for a lot of people, animals, things like that. Yeah, I know this is a lot, yeah, but I'm trying to just kind of whittle it down to just what the combat mechanics of this game is. It's so deep and focused, and really once you understand the combat mechanics of this game, this is one of the best games From Software has ever put out, and I will die on that hill. This game is amazing. If you like Souls games, so one of the things that took me so long to play this, because I heard that the combat wasn't like Dark Souls, which, yeah, it's not. Like I said, it's Souls-ish, not Souls-like. I was honestly scared. I was like, I know that I heard just the difficulty was crazy, but once you get the idea, once you get the rhythm, once you understand how the combat mechanics really works, some of the best boss fights ever in any game ever. The last final boss, Sword Saint, From Software really nailed it with that one. Take my hat off to you. But Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, check it out if you haven't played it. And sticking with our From Software theme, we have none other than the one, the only Bloodborne. So Bloodborne, as I stated, another From Software game. I think it was a PS4 launch title, pretty sure. I may be slightly wrong. If not, it came out right after the PS4 launch. But yeah, I remember when they showed it. I wasn't even into From Software games really when Bloodborne was announced, so I didn't understand, because there was so much hype behind it when it was announced. And I just really, like I said, I wasn't into From Software games at the time. Finally got around to playing it. Once I played Dark Souls, I was like, oh, okay, well, let me check this one out. Totally, as far as combat, it is a Souls-like game. They call them Soulsborne, but totally different combat style as well when it comes to this, like from Dark Souls. Not as different as Sekiro, but definitely different from Dark Souls. But it is, it's an amazing game. A lot of the lore of it is based around H.P. Lovecraft. Fuck that racist asshole. But the lore is based around the Great Ones, which are these interdimensional beings that have come into our world, and they're basically pretty much worshipped by a few people that understand or that can see them or have found them. They use the blood of the old ones. They call them the old ones or the Great Ones. The blood is used in what's called blood menstruation, which they've used to basically heal any ailment. But in doing so, it also causes what's called the beast scourge, which basically turns, once you get so many blood transfusions of this special blood, you start turning into a beast, werewolf type, all kinds of different things, right? I'm not even gonna sit here and try to tell you and try to get down to the brass tacks of the story. It's effing wild. If I sat here and went through all the lore of Bloodborne, y'all will be like, what the is this dude talking about? Because it is just wild. What I just said right there, literally scratching the surface. As wild as that is, scratching the surface. Anyway, but if you haven't played Bloodborne, play it. It's an amazing game. The combat, again, it's built around like I said, kind of a Souls-like, but it's built around what they call these trick weapons that they have. The trick weapons. So if you play like a Dark Souls games, Elden Ring, there's so many different weapons. Oh, tons of different weapons you can get. On here, it's maybe like 20 different weapons. I think maybe it's 20 even with the DLC, because the DLC introduced a few more weapons. But the weapons, they all have two different forms. So you have like its regular form, then its trick weapon form, and you can select a hunter's axe, which is one of the weapons that you start with. It can be one-handed, or if you trick it out, it turns into a two-handed weapon. And totally different moveset, totally different actions, stamina. The way that the stamina is used when you're two-handing it, or when it's tricked, versus when it's not, when it's one-handed. It's just crazy how many different ways and that they've used the weapons and how they change. It's an awesome game. I know that my explanation is just not the best on Bloodborne. Like I said, you literally just have to play that, and to try to make this explanation better, I am 100% sure I'm going to impose some gameplay video over this so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I know what I'm saying, you guys are probably like, yeah, what the hell is he talking about again? But anyway, Bloodborne from Software, pick this back up. Like I said, it's been out for a pretty long time, but it still plays, man. It still works graphically, everything. I wish we had better FPS, but you know, what can you do with a game that's as old as Bloodborne? When did this come out? 2015. Wow, 7 years old. But yeah. Anyway, Bloodborne, awesome game. If you don't have it, get it, play it. Good one there. So in rounding out my weekly rotation, we come to the sneakers portion. The final installment, or the final part of this video, we're going to talk about my weekly rotation of sneakers. So first, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So first, we have the New Balance ML 999 GFRs. So as you can see, these are, like I said, the ML 999s. They are New Balances. These aren't made in USA, these are made in China. I know a lot of people that are New Balance heads. They are, the made in USA's or the made in UK versions are really the go-to. And I'll be honest, the quality on those is a ton better than some of these made in China ones. But the made in China ones, they're dope. Gosh, I wish I knew when these came out. Should have did a little bit more research before this video. But I've definitely had these for a while. This is not a new release of any sort. I've had these for years. But these kind of remind me of the New Balance and Concepts collab that they did, the Kennedys, which are an amazing shoe. I wish I got them when they had first dropped. I don't even know why I didn't pick them up. I just somehow missed out on the drop or something. But the Kennedys, they kind of look like this. They are 999s, but a different coloring, different tooling. It's a little bit more blue on there, but these are kind of similar with the grays on there, and the Kennedys kind of have like a nautical theme as well. But yeah, man, I really dig these, man. And the suede on these, super soft, super buttery suede on these, man. These are actually, to me, these are a really, really dope shoe as far as New Balances go. Just not even just New Balances, just shoes in general. I love running shoes. These are obviously an older style with the 999s, but I think this is a really dope shoe. The laces, these are the stock laces that came in with them. Yeah, man, these are just really nice. Like I said, I should have did a little bit more research to let you guys know when they came out. Haven't even seen if they've been on eBay or if you can get them anywhere. I'm sure if they are. They weren't like a limited release or anything. So if you can find them, I'm pretty sure they're not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Nothing too special about them, but I just thought they were a really dope colorway. I like the 999s. I saw the quality and construction. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get those. Like I said, they reminded me of the Kennedys. I didn't get the Kennedys, so I was kind of like, these are the next best thing. So I wanted to go ahead and grab these. But yeah, the ML999 GFRs from New Balance. All right, and so for our next sneaker for our weekly rotation, we have Royals Low Jordan 1 Royal Lows. So the thing that, excuse the creases, these crease real bad. The leather on here, I'll be honest, the leather's not the best. It's kind of stiff. So these crease really bad. I haven't even wore these a whole lot, but yeah, they crease pretty bad. But anyway, one of the things I love about this shoe is the midsole. If you can see the midsole, they're not just dirty. I mean, they're a little bit dirty because I have worn them, but they're not just dingy. This is actually sail. The sail colorway that Nike uses is not white. And I really like that. It kind of gives it like a little bit of an aged look without some of those super yellow looking soles that they have with some of the other ones. But yeah, I really like these. I do have the bread lows as well. But the Royals, just for some reason, I just decided to go ahead and start rocking these. I do have the Royal highs as well, which I believe they're still DS. I don't think I've worn those yet. I got those again. Should have did more research on this video. Can't remember when these dropped, but of course this isn't a new release. I've definitely had these for years. Gosh, and I can't remember when I got the Royals, the Royal highs either. The Royal highs aren't too awful old. I want to say maybe 2018, maybe somewhere around there. I think maybe they dropped. And I'm pretty sure I had these before those. But anyway. But what's funny is when I got these, Jordan 1 lows definitely were not in style. And that's how I got them, because nobody was picking them up at the time. Now, Jordan 1 lows, yeah, if you got a good colorway into Jordan 1 lows, people are going to buy them. They're going to get hyped. They're going to resell. When these came out, the Jordan 1 lows, people were like, no, if it's not the high, I don't want it. And everybody knows how people feel about Jordan mids. I'm okay with mids. Not my first choice, but Jordan 1 mids, get the right colorway in there, I'll buy. But anyway, when these came out, nobody was messing with Jordan 1 lows, point blank period. But so, like I said, they weren't a hard cop. I saw them, I was like, yeah, those are kind of dope. I like the Royal colorway. I like Royals in general as far as the Jordan 1. I saw these, like I said, that sail colorway on that midsole, I really dig. And I picked these up. But yeah, I'll rock these from time to time. Not a whole lot of wear. I've gotten out of these, like I said, that crease. I don't know how that crease came about. I don't wear these enough to really crease them like that, but this leather, honestly, unfortunately, it's not the best. It's pretty stiff, so I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be worked in a bit more. Of course, if I do that, it's just gonna crease more. And to be honest, the only reason I'm even talking about the crease, because honestly, I don't care about the crease. I wear my shoes. I know they're gonna crease. I know some of you guys care. Y'all might be like, oh, look at those, they're creased up. No, I don't care. I wear my shoes, they're gonna crease. I'm not that person walking around doing the penguin flat foot walk. I don't do the super bend, or choke them and tie them up and choke them like some of y'all do, but I'm gonna wear them. They're gonna crease. I've got way too many shoes to care about if one pair creases, but that's just my take on it. Anyway, Jordan 1 Royal Lows. All right, guys, and last but not least, we have some Fila. So these are the Fila 96s, aka the Grant Hills. Now, the reason why I say that they are the 96s because that's what these are. These are the re-release version. So when these were re-released at the time, again, third time saying it, I know, but I should have did my research. I don't know when these drop. I've had these for years, not a new drop again. But when these were released, Grant Hill and Fila, something happened with their business contract, and maybe his contract wore out. Fila probably still owned the rights to the actual model itself, but they didn't have that that sponsorship, I guess, maybe, with Grant Hill to actually put his name on it. They wanted to go ahead and re-release it because they're a company, they want to make money, they know that people like these shoes. So they just said, fine, we'll re-release it. We just don't have to call it a Grand Heel. We'll call it the Feline 96, which they did. And I love this shoe. Obviously, I bought it. But I've always loved the Grand Heel 2s. When they came out, I was just like, yeah, let me get it. I don't care if the Feline 96s or Grand Heels. I just love this shoe. This is the, I want to say I do have two other pairs. I have the original white navies with the navy patent leather stripe around it, and also have the Olympic Grand Heel 2s. I think those might be Grand Heels, because now I do know that the ones that they have released recently, and I don't know when this changed, but they actually do call them the Grand Heels, the Grand Heel 2s. Whatever they did to collab back with Grand Heel, get that sponsorship going to be able to use his name on the shoe, they've done that. Again, they're called the Grand Heel 2s now, but like I said, these are the Feline 96s. But these to me were really Tupac. Tupac, when he had a shoot where he was, I don't know, I think it may have been like a Carl Kanai ad or something he did, because he did some modeling for Carl Kanai, and he had a shoot where he was wearing the white navy joints that I've got. And those got really popular, and of course everybody loved Tupac. They saw him rocking them, they wanted to have them. But yeah, those got really popular with Tupac. I just always thought they were a dope shoe. My brother actually had these black ones back in the day, and of course he wore them to death. If I'd even still have them, I'm pretty sure I've thrown those away, but they were just beat all to be damned. So when I seen that they were re-releasing these black ones, I was like, yep, I gotta have them. Now, I will say with these, which I'm not sure if the old ones had them or not, but I'm not sure if this was suede. This might have actually been just this normal leather, regular leather, not suede or nubuck. I could be wrong. It could have been nubuck, but for some reason, I think that maybe some of the construction is different. No, I'm actually not thinking about it. I think it was nubuck. Some of the construction is a little bit different, but anyway. These are the Feline 96s. I just think this is a really dope shoe. I like the silhouette of it, the cut. Man, just for an all black shoe, I think this really goes hard. These really go hard with a dope pair of jeans. Can't really say too much else about it, man. Like I said, you can go on Filo's website and find the Grand Heel 2s. They have all kind of colorways. A lot of them, unfortunately, I think they're kind of whack, to be honest. They do have a pair that are all white with the red stripe around them that I do like. Every time I go on there, they're out. They don't have my size, but I do want to grab those if I can catch those. But yeah, man, I think this is, when it comes to Grand Heel 2s, I think the all blacks are the best ones. Those, and like I said, the white navies. Like I said, I got the Olympics. They're dope too, but they're not as iconic or classic as either one of these two. They kind of have like a boot-like construction if you kind of look at it. I think that's definitely one of the reasons why I really liked it as well. But yeah, Feline 96s, definitely been rocking these lately. Just a real nice dose of nostalgia for these. So that'll do it for this episode of Scent, Shoots, and Shoes with my weekly rotation. This video, my apologies, went way longer than what I wanted it to, but I always kind of like to tell you guys a little backstory on the items, just review them, kind of tell you a little bit, and that I do get a little bit long-winded, so my apologies if you stuck through it. I appreciate it. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to your respective social media platforms so we can help this channel grow. I love doing this stuff. I want other people to come and join us. And speaking of weekly rotation, let me know what you're wearing. I definitely want to hear. Let me know what you're wearing as far as scents, or if you're gaming. If you're just watching this channel for the gaming portion, let me know what you're playing. And of course, my sneakerheads, let me know what's on your feet. Of course, comment down below so we can all check that out and we can interact that way as well. And of course, I appreciate your support as I leave you with these words. If you're like me, then you may love a lot of things, but none of it matters unless you truly love yourself. And as always, smell great, have fun, and stay fly. Peace out. See you next time, guys.